And The Flash issue 795 is written by Jeremy Adams with pencils by Roger Cruz, George Cambadase, and Fernando Pizarro, inks by Wellington Diaz, George Cambadase, and Auclair Albert, with colors by Louis Guerrero and Matt Erms, and letters by Rob Lee. And this issue has Barry Allen and the Flash family putting into effect Barry's plan, which is to send the Fraction back in time before they ever had a chance to take over. He plans on doing this by using everyone and their connection to the Speed Force to charge at the Fraction's spire and overload it. And so, from the top of a building, they charge headfirst toward the enemy as Velanthro sends enemy forces after them, but they are protected by an energy field due to their powers, and this gives them enough momentum to allow Jesse Quick, now donning the identity of Liberty Bell, the chance to punch through and breach the Fraction's barrier, protecting the spire. Now on the inside, the Flash family continue their mission until they are stopped by Velanthro and his subordinates. Luckily, Jay Garrick with his BFG is in the background and, upon firing, allows everyone to advance forward. And now it's all-out war, with the Fraction soldiers all attacking the Flash family, Ms. Murder once again coming face-to-face with Thunderheart, leaving Barry Allen alone to face Velanthro, who manages to beat back Barry and tells him that it's over. It's then that the issue wraps up with Wally West waking up to find Gold Beetle and a slew of other characters as they welcome him to Planet Flash. And this is what I call another fantastic issue. Because yeah, Barry's plan, it makes a whole lot of sense. If they can't just flashpoint themselves into the past in order to prevent the Fraction's uprising, well, then they will just put the Fraction in the past before they have a chance to take over the planet. Although, I will admit, it was very interesting to see that Barry was willing to lie to everybody in order to accomplish the mission. Primarily about the fact that, oh yeah, once they do this, Wally West will definitely be back. Of which, when Linda confronts him later about it, he admits that, yeah, because Wally is connected to the Speed Force, you know, time doesn't really work the same for us, so yeah, you know, he admitted that he did lie to everybody and that he doesn't really know if Wally will return once they do this reset. And it does make me wonder, what if this plan had gone off without a hitch and they reset everything? How would Barry have been able to sit down, look Wally's kids in the eye and say point blank, I lied to you guys? But of course Linda would have to do the exact same thing because she backed Barry up in this decision and, you know, hugged Diary and was like, yeah, let's do this thing. Let's go save your dad and whatnot. I mean, I guess at this point, and this late in the game, false hope is better than no hope. I also thought it was very interesting to have Jesse Quick, aka Jesse Chambers, take on the identity of Liberty Bell, who was Jesse's mom. It's not something that I particularly saw coming from any of the previous issues, but it's a nice sentiment, I think. Either way, it was fun. And of course, we got to once again give another mention, much like the previous issue, to Jay Garrick for just being a total badass with his BFG in this issue, because he's just going around the Fraction ship. He's skulking, and then when the time is right, just starts blasting the bad guys. Which of course gives Barry Allen and the rest of the Flash family enough chance to push forward and start this battle against Velanthro and his forces. And speaking of that brawl, that was a very fun brawl, if I do say so myself. There's explosions, laser blasts, bing bang boom, all over the place. Flash family members just punching the bad guys. And, of course, he who has still not been named takes a laser blast for Linda. Respect, dude. Even though I still have no idea what your name is. And of course, this leads to easily my favorite standout moment in this issue, and that is Irie, aka Thunderheart, just kicking a Fraction soldier right in the nads. And speaking of Barry and Velanthro, well, yes, they too are engaged in combat, and it was nice to see Barry just wailing down on Vel, letting him know that, hey, Earth is not going down without a fight. You may take over the planet, but it is not going to be easy for you. And hey, let's not forget that Wally West is not dead. Nope, he is 100% alive. He was transported to this place that Gold Beetle dubbed Planet Flash. I mean, he just opens his eyes up, his suit's all tattered, and it just, like I said, a whole room of people besides Gold Beetle. In fact, we see the caveman that Wally himself inhabited in issue 768 of The Flash, along with that badass raptor from the same issue that temporarily got access to the Speed Force, or as I like to call him, Velociflash. And let's not forget those other people in the room, like Lagoon Boy, Red Devil, Commander Steel, Gunfire Narc Hotspot, and the Tattooed Man. Oh my god. This is everybody that died in Heroes in Crisis. Minus Roy Harper, of course, because he already came back, earlier on. So he's not there. But I will say I shed a tear a little, because even though Jeremy Adams is on his way out, he's making one final correction to that god-awful abomination that is Heroes in Crisis. And once these characters are back within the DC universe, like on the Earth and stuff, well then Heroes in Crisis will be nothing but a distant memory that we shall all soon forget, and was in fact just one small step to bringing Wally West back to superhero stardom. As for any criticisms I can give to the book, it mostly has to do with the art department, not really Roger Cruz's stuff. I've actually enjoyed his work since this 1 Minute War started, but primarily there's also this thing this issue does, which I tend to not like in comics too much, and that is when there's like a constant shift in artwork. Because for the bulk of the story, it is Roger Cruz's art when we're in present day, then we're having these flashback sequences that feature George Cambidase's art, and his artwork, like I've liked his artwork on the covers, like the variant covers for this book, but like when you're going from like Roger Cruz to his artwork, which is a little more like, sort of rubbery, like this elastic look to it, almost like in certain instances the Flash and some of these characters could be Plastic Man. It's something that pulls me out of the story a bit, because I think that it just lacks some dramatic flair. Mostly because these are supposed to be, serious, tense scenes, but it looks a little too cartoonish. And then for the end pages with the Wally segments, we have Fernando Peseren coming back, and I have pretty much said my piece about what I think about Fernando Peseren's art. The guy does good, like, wide angle action shots and whatnot. If there's like a whole lot going on in one panel, and he can just kind of get in there in every little detail you can imagine. But he's, at least for me, struggled with close-up facial expressions, which Gold Beetle here, it has that smile that just, I can live without it. But nonetheless, I think this is still a fun and engaging story. And, well, as of now, hearing that Jeremy Adams will be off The Flash as of issue 800, I'm pretty sure this is going to go down as Jeremy Adams' magnum opus Flash story within his run. And with that, I'm going to score The Flash issue 785 an 8.5 out of 10. So The Flash issue 785. What did you think about this book? If you've read it, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with some friends, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and ring that notification bell for more comic book content. And if you're wondering what to watch next, consider one of these 2 videos. Alright, take care, have a great day, and as always, stay geeky.